Hi guys, I just wanted to quickly show you my finished card. So this is what it looks like when you close it up. It has that. I love this stamp that I found. So it looks like that. And then you open it up and stand it up, and it's got birthday wishes, and then it has Paris. This is the Arc de Triomphe, and then you have like some stuff from like a French cafe, a croissant, and some coffee. And then over here we have the sign of the Metro, which is like their transit system. And then of course the Eiffel Tower sticking up in the middle. So yeah, I think it turned out good. I quite like it. And I just love these papers that I found. They're so pretty. And I put a little bit of twine with a little bow. It's pink. My teacher actually gave me this at last month's crop, I believe. We were doing like a, I forget what we were doing. I think we were doing like create time. And she gave us a bunch of little odds and ends, and this was in it, and I hadn't used it yet, so I thought it matched perfectly. Like it's the perfect pink for this. So, and that's kind of what it looks like in the middle. It's like you have like these two little strips of paper, and that's what you put your stuff. I guess I could have essentially put something else popping up from this strip right here, but I didn't want to kind of like overdo it, and I wanted to be able to read the birthday wishes. So yeah, I think it turned out good. I like it. It's a very cool kind of card to make. And then to go with it, I used my envelope maker that I love so much. And lo and behold, it actually had like the right size. Like what you do is you measure the card, and then you look on your on the envelope maker, and it'll say if your card is this size, then you cut a paper this size. So they actually had they actually had the size of the card that I made. So then I made a matching envelope. It's like a light pink, which is almost the same pink as what's in there. It's got like little polka dots on it. So yeah, so I made a envelope to put it in, and it'll be all ready to go. And then I just have to make the gift to go with it, which is going to be an altered canvas trio set, Paris themed as well. So I'll probably show you those when they're done and put this all into one video, but this is the card for now, and the canvases are to come. So yeah. Hey guys, so I am about to start making the altered canvas trio for my mother-in-law, and I just wanted to show you the first ones that I made in class if you haven't seen them already. So there's this one, and it has a quote on it. Dance like nobody's watching, love like you've never been hurt, and sing like nobody's listening, live like it's heaven on earth. And it's all decorated and stuff. And so this is a smaller canvas than what I'm going to be doing for my mother-in-law. I've chosen bigger ones for her. So there's that one, and then I have this one in purple. Know who you are and do it on purpose. And these ones, the papers are kind of curling a bit on it. I don't know why that's happening. I think it's just the paper and glue and stuff. I don't know what happened with that. And then All You Need Is Love. What is that one? So this is, and then I will show you guys the smaller one that I made at the Lupus support group. So this is the one that I made at the Lupus craft night at my Lupus support group. And it's stuck on my fridge because I put magnets on the back of it. And as you can see, well, you can't really see on this side, but it's made out of a bar coaster, I think. Oh no, actually we were going to do bar coasters, but then Roberta found, someone just gave her a bunch of cardboard, almost like chipboard. So we cut it up into these squares. And then everyone got a bag of supplies and we got to pick our paints. And so this is what we put together. This was from a napkin. And then we had some stickers and some things to cut out, little metal things. So yeah, and then we put magnet strips on the back. So there's lots of different platforms for this. You can use canvases, you can use cardboard, you can use whatever you want as a canvas. So let's get started. So first off, I will go over the supplies that you're going to need. So first off, you're going to need to get your canvas. And as I said, you can use cardboard cut up, or you can buy the smaller canvases like I got there. This time I bought these value packs that were on sale. I think they were like buy one, get one. And they came 2 in a pack and they're size 8 by 10. So they're a little bit bigger. I wouldn't want to go any bigger than 8 by 10, I think, because your scrapbooking paper, the biggest size that you can buy for scrapbooking paper is 12 by 12. So you wouldn't want to go any bigger than 12 by 12. But this is 8 by 10. And so I got them at Michael's. And they're quite often on sale. So you can get them on sale. I think I bought a pack of 2 for $4.99, which is like really good. They're Artist Love Canvas Value Pack. And so you get 2 in a pack, which is like awesome. And it was buy one, get one. So I got 4 canvases, but I'm only going to be doing 3 because it's a trio. You're going to want to choose some scrapbooking papers. And then, of course, you have to trim off these parts. And then you're going to have to trim them down to the size that you want to put on your canvas. And you're going to trim it smaller than 8 by 10 because you're going to paint the border. So you want to have your paint showing around the edging, and then you want your paper. So I've chosen these coordinating papers. The canvases are going to be Paris themed, and my mother-in-law's new beauty salon, nail salon, is Paris themed. So I thought to make them Paris themed for her salon that she just started running. And so I've got like one that's almost like a paper, like a letter, like an old-fashioned letter, and then you've got like pink and black dots, and then you've got some like kind of old colors with some flowers. And then you want to do coordinating paint colors. So I've chosen black, which is probably going to go with the black and pink paper, or maybe this letter paper. And then I have a light pink, and then I have this, they say it's hot pink, but to me it just looks like a bright pink. Like it's not, I wouldn't call it like neon pink. God, I hope it's not anyway. Otherwise I'm gonna have to choose a different color because I definitely don't want hot pink. I was kind of going for something similar to this flower. And then you want a palette. You can buy a palette, or you can just use a paper plate like I'm doing because it makes cleanup easy. You're going to want some of these spongy brushes. they're often on sale at Michael's as well. Like usually you can get sometimes like 10 for like $1 or something like that. So anytime I see them on sale, I just stock up. So I've got one for each color and then one for the Mod Podge. So you'll need some Mod Podge. And then you will probably need like a tape runner, although I think I usually end up using the Mod Podge now to glue it on usually, but you want like maybe like a dry adhesive, but you don't necessarily have to have it. And then this is a good thing to have. You don't need it unless you're going to be gluing on like buttons or like heavy bulky items. Then you might want to invest in the 3-in-1 glue because those really hold them in place. And then you're going to want, you don't have to get stickers again, but like any kind of embellishments really. But because I'm doing Paris themed, I bought some Paris stickers that I'll be using. And I might cut some things from my Cricut as well, but we'll see what happens. And yeah, and then that's pretty much all you need. Oh, also you need a paper trimmer. Definitely need a paper trimmer so you can cut straight lines and you can measure your paper to the size that you want. So you definitely want to have one of those. It's a great investment. And I think that's pretty much it. So I'm going to try and figure out how to set up my camera so I can film this properly. And then we'll get going. Okay guys, so you're going to take your paint palette. You're going to put some paint on it. I'm just going to shake mine up. Actually, I'm thinking. So you just put your paint. You want to shake it up before you squirt it out, just to make sure it's nice and mixed up. I might need to put more paint on my palette in a minute, but I'm just going to start with this. No, this is a nice pink. It's not neon, so that's good. Alright, so you just basically start painting, and what you're going to do is you want to paint the edge, and this is done really quickly. You don't have to be really neat. It's just to cover it, and you want to come in a little bit on the side. Just for a border. And you don't have to be really picky with how the edge ends up, because your paper is going to cover where it ends. And yeah, so this part I find really relaxing. Painting is so relaxing. So then you just basically want to do that all around on all sides of your canvas. And then you'll see sometimes as it dries, there might be some spots that you still see the white canvas through, and if you're picky like me, then you're going to want to go over it again. But like, so usually you'll need about 2 coats, but it's really up to you. Sometimes it doesn't really matter. But so again, like, I'm probably going in a little bit more than I need to, but that's okay, because again, the paper will cover it. And then this is where it gets tricky, because the other sides are wet and it's gonna get messy, but that's all right. There I go. I've got paint on my finger already. Okay. I can probably hold it this way. And then you're going to want to have some, I guess, like newspaper or paper towels placed down so that you can place your canvas on it as it's drying, so that the wet paint doesn't get on your table. So that's good for now. I'll see what it looks like after it dries. Another good thing to have is wet wipes, because it gets messy. And obviously I don't want any paint that's on my hands to get on the other canvases that are going to be a different color. So it's always good to have the wipes handy. So you just continue on, and I'm going to do some pink on this one. This pink definitely is going to need a couple of coats because it is okay. It is a very light pink, so the canvas really does show through on it. Maybe I didn't quite shake it enough, but yeah, so this one will probably need like 2 to 3 coats perhaps to really cover the canvas. But again, it depends, because some people don't mind a little bit of the canvas showing through. You don't have to totally cover it. It's just really your preference. There really is no wrong way to do this. Just do whatever you want. We have the window open and I can hear some birds chirping outside, which kind of adds to the relaxing mood of painting. Right, Riley? Riley's going to get some food. Hey, I managed to do this one without getting paint all over me. Yay! It's kind of nice because you can hold it like on the underside of the canvas. So I'm just trying to smooth out some of this paint that's a little globby. That's pretty good. I'll put that down dry. I am planning to do a reborning video when I start working on my next kit, which I was hoping to get started before the Downy Still show. I was originally hoping to have it done for the Downy Still show so I could enter it in the contest, but there's only 3 weeks till the show and there is absolutely no way I can finish that in 3 weeks, and I'm not even going to attempt to because it's too stressful. But so I probably won't start her until after the show. and I'm going to do like a time lapse of reborning. So stay tuned for that. It will be a work in progress, that's for sure, because reborning takes a long time. But once the doll is finished, I'll put it all together so you guys can kind of see what I do. All right, that's good. And the good thing about these is the canvases dry pretty quickly. The black is almost dry, so I can probably do a second coat already. So I will do the second coats, and then once they are dry, I'll come back with the next step. Okay, so the paint has dried, so the next thing you want to do is cut down your papers. And so you want to go smaller than 8 by 10. So I think I'm going to do, I think I'm going to do 7 3/4 maybe. No, maybe that's a little too small. Okay, I'm gonna do 7.5. So you just measure that, and cut it, and then here we'll go 9.5. Make sure everything's lined up. So let's see if we place this on one of our canvases, see if it's a good size. That's perfect, actually. You can still see the border, and yeah, you can still see the black around it. I think that's the perfect paper to go with the black. So I'm gonna do that. And so you just cut all your papers to that, so they will all be 7.5 by 9.5. And that should be perfect. Now, I just wanted to show you with this paper, because there are so many different patterns on it, you really want to consider which part of the print you want to be on your canvas, so that you can decide where exactly you want to cut it. So I kind of like having this flower in here. You can have that flower, or you can have this flower come down the side, but this flower is a little bit big, kind of takes up a lot of room. So I think I kind of prefer this side. So you're going to want to turn the paper and cut from this end so that you get your flower in there. So 7.5. And you can see that you still get a little bit of this letter print up here, which is nice. Yeah, so, and then, right, and then you're gonna want to turn it again this way, because you want to make sure that the flower is in there, because I really like the stem in there. So you trim it on this end, and then there you go, you got this print, which is very nice. And you'll see when I put it on here, that's really pretty. Yeah, I guess this pink is a little bright, but that's okay. I think it looks all right. And yeah, so that's really good. So now for the next step. Okay, so for this next step, there's 2 ways that you can go about doing it. If you're using a heavier paper, I suggest doing a layer of Mod Podge and then sticking your paper on it and then you go over it again to seal it in with the Mod Podge. Because the last time I did it, I was using thicker papers and the adhesive wasn't really sticking and it just created bubbles and stuff. But this is thinner paper, so I'm thinking it should be okay to put down with some red tape. You can get this tape at Michael's as well. And I usually buy stuff from Michael's with coupons only. I usually wait for when they have like the 40% or 50% off coupons, because like it can get expensive. So this tape I think is like $6 or $7 I think, and with 50% off it's a really good deal. So I'm going to use that. And so basically you just want to run your tape, you just want to put it on the paper, and this is like a really strong adhesive, so you just run it along your paper, along the edge. It's really strong, you want to be careful not to get bumps. And then you just cut it to the length you want. And so you're going to do that on all sides. And then basically what you end up doing when this is done is there's like a backing on the tape that you're going to peel off, and you will be left with your adhesive on the paper. And then you can stick it onto your canvas. So just find an edge and peel it off, just like that. And so yeah, like because it's a thinner paper, I just decided to try this because I didn't want the paper to get too wet to the point where it would start to buckle. So I'm going to give this a whirl, because I think the last time I tried using adhesive, I was just using a regular tape runner, which isn't as strong as this red tape. So we'll see how this goes. So you just want to grab it, and it's a little tricky because it's really sticky, and you want to make sure that you have your paper lined up and centered and all that stuff. So it's a little tricky when it's so sticky, but you just put it down. I think that looks about right. Maybe not. I don't want to, well, if it's not totally straight, it's okay, but yeah, I think that's fine, because I don't want to pull it back up and then damage the canvas. So that's good. So you just put it down, smooth it all down, and that's perfect. It's all on there. It's really good. So you're going to do that with all your papers, and then it's really up to you. You can Mod Podge over it if you want to have a nice glossy shiny finish, or you can just do it like this and start decorating. It's really up to you, but I kind of like the glossy finish, so I think I'm most likely going to use Mod Podge on mine. So yeah, so I'm just going to finish sticking down all my papers and then I'll come back. So I have decided that I do want to cover it in Mod Podge, just because it gives it a nice finished look, and it also helps to seal the paper in, so that, you know, if things start to over time lift a little bit, they'll, you know, peel up in the corners. So sealing them with the Mod Podge is kind of a good idea. So yeah, so you just want to do a thin coat. You have to let it dry for 15 to 20 minutes in between coats. That's if you're doing it as a sealer. And you don't have to shake this at all when you start, because you don't want any bubbles in it. So you just dip your brush in and you just go over. It doesn't have to be thick, just a thin layer to just seal it in and add shine. And you want to have it like, you want to kind of smooth it out as much as you can so that there's no bumps in it. But you'll see that, oh great, I got a hair in there. You'll see that it goes on white, but it will dry clear. So don't worry if you think that it's like not gonna. And then you can go in and do the edges. Actually, you can just come down and quickly do the edges this way. And then go across. And I keep getting hairs in here. I don't know why. That's what happens when you have a cat, I guess. So you want to get those out of there before it dries, because it wouldn't look nice. So yeah, you just keep going across, and it can be done really quick. It doesn't have to be perfect. But just getting a nice shiny coat. And I'll probably only do one layer of it. Yeah, it's kind of making my paper buckle. Maybe I should have left it without the Mod Podge. That's great. This video is working out very well. I think this happened the last time actually, where it was kind of buckling, but once it dried, it kind of settled back down. So then you want to pick up your canvas and you just want to go around the edges for a nice clean finish. So then you're just going to let that dry. So I'm going to go ahead and get all of this finished, and then we'll come back. Okay guys, so this one's dried and it's still a little bit bumpy. So even though it won't really match, I've decided not to do the Mod Podge on the other ones, just so that they'll stay more flat. And the adhesive seems to be holding really, really well, so I'm not too concerned about it coming unstuck at this point. So I've decided not to do the Mod Podge on the other ones. I'm just going to leave it for this one. So now it's just a matter of decorating, and so I just have to decide basically what I want to do. So I think I will open these stickers. And yeah, I gotta basically decide where I want to use these. And since this one is already very well decorated with the patterned paper, I'm not going to do a whole lot to that one. How to make a small gift box. Oh, cool. There is a template on this package of stickers that shows you how to make a small gift box. Oh, I'm gonna put that aside and keep that. That's nifty. Yeah, so let's open these. So I think I'm not going to really put a whole lot on this canvas. I think I'm just going to make it very basic. Maybe I can put this Paris Eiffel Tower, or maybe that'll look nicer on, yeah, I think this will look nicer on the pink actually. And these will look really nice on this. So for this one, I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to maybe do something on my Cricut and put it on there. So I'm gonna set this one aside. And right now I'm going to work on these ones. So let's start with this one. I'll put this in here. Here. I think I'm just going to put this right at the top. It says Paris City of Lights. Just stick it down. And because these are so big, I feel like it needs more coverage. So I'm actually now thinking maybe I'll do Cricut stuff on this one. Maybe I can put some of these here. Yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna put this Eiffel Tower right here. Let's see. Yeah, I'll just put it right in here. My hands are shaking. Good old prednisone, guys. Okay, put that down, and can put this little sticker up in the corner here, maybe, just to round it out. It says J'adore. And maybe down in the corner here, I can put right in this circle, actually. It's kind of nice, right in the middle of the circle. Ooh la la. And then I'm thinking I can maybe put that actually might be good on its own like that, because you don't want too much stuff, guys. The Eiffel Tower there. Or maybe you put like, just to fill in these corners, you can put, oh, I know, I'll put this little sign, Avenue sign. And then there's like a little bottle of wine that maybe I can put. Maybe I can put somewhere down here. I don't know if that looks good. I'm wondering if I should move this down. No. I think that's fine. Maybe put this here. pretty good. And you can actually, if you want, you can go in with like markers and color and stuff, or you can use glitter glue and kind of highlight some things. I might bling it up a little bit or something, but I think that's pretty good. It's actually pretty good. Since it looks like I'm doing corners, maybe I'll just put this little sign up in the corner here. Yeah. There we go. Okay, so that's one. And then this one, I am going to put the Eiffel Tower, this really sparkly, glittery one. I'm going to put it right in the center, right there. And this has sticky stuff. Stick it down. And you might want to do like a little cafe sign right in here, up in the corner. And then this is really pretty, and I'm trying to think where it might be best used. I think I have to use it on this because to stick with the silver theme, but I gotta figure out where I want to put it. I guess if I want to do it like in the corner, like that. Perfect. So there's that. And then I don't know if I might want to add something more to it after. I don't know. Again, I don't want to like overdo it. And unfortunately, I don't know if it's totally sticking to this background. There, I just have to really press it down. So yeah. Yeah, so there it is. And I just gotta make sure it's gonna stay stuck. I might need to add extra adhesive to keep it down, but that's pretty good. Now with this one, I'm thinking I might want to go in and add these down here. This is the Louvre. So if I put this down in the corner, and then you also have the Arc de Triomphe. I can put that in the corner as well. So those are there. And I don't think I'll be using this one. It just doesn't seem to go with anything. So that's that. So with this, I'm gonna try getting something in the middle. Maybe the name of the salon in the middle might be kind of nice. I might, yeah, I think I'm gonna print that out and get it matted and put it on some foam tape and stuff so it pops up. So I will do that, and I will just finish these up, and I'll come back and show you the finished product. Alright guys, so I'm finished, and I just wanted to show you the finished product. I've signed each one. My signature came out horrible because my hands are so shaky tonight. I don't know what's going on, but anyways, so this one I left pretty much as is, but I added some glitter glue onto the flower for shimmer, and I wrote the name of her salon in the leaves. So there's that one. And then there's this one here. This is the one that has the whatchamacallit, Mod Podge on it. And I printed out her actual company's logo from her Facebook page, and it was just the right size to put in the corner. And then I put together this little paper flower with a gem in the middle, and I put some buttons along the bottom, with my signature again. So that one's there. And then this one is in the process of drying still. So I gotta be careful. But it is, I just typed out the name of her salon again, and I added little gems on the little curls of the letters, and I put some little gems at the top, and then I used stickle glitter glue type stuff to outline the thing, and I used my oval cutter to cut out the phrase, as well as then I cut out an oval slightly larger to mat it on, and I put it on 3D tape, and it's not really popping out as much as I thought it would. I think I probably needed to put some more squares of foam tape under, so, but that's it, it's drying there, and then I have these down in the corner. So yeah, so this is her altered canvas trio for her salon. There they all are together. And actually, this is how I would probably, if you wanted to hang them together as a trio, I would probably do it like this. I'd probably have them like that, with the black in the middle and the pink. And then of course there's the box card in the envelope that I made. That's also Paris themed, so we will give that to her tomorrow. Her birthday was on Thursday, but we're actually seeing her tomorrow for her birthday, so she'll be getting it then. Thanks for watching, guys, and hope you will enjoy making your own altered canvas trio. See you in the next video.